Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with a 5 of Swords. Interesting. This is the first Swords card that we've had in all of the readings that we've done today. This is my 4th reading today. And this is the first Swords energy that we have. So we're going to put this into some context. I think it's significant that, of course, the Gemini reading would get the first Swords of the day. I think this is going to be significant in the context of this full moon that's taking place in Gemini right now. I think it's going to illumine a lot of things. It's going to reveal the truth of a lot of things to you. Okay? We're going to put this into some context. Look at that 2 of Cups. Maybe there's been some confusion about love in your life. There's the Star, the 3 of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles. Already I'm feeling like this full moon energy is going to address a lot of different things, a lot of different areas. There's the Eon or Judgment card. The Emperor. There's the High Priestess, the full moon itself. There's the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Discs. Very nice. We've got a little bit of everything. This is what I call a life reading. We're going to select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, Mr. Ed the horse right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. All right. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your answer in the comment section. Okay. Let's do it together. Let's make it a collective kind of group exercise in intuition. All right. I think it'll be fun. Now, let's look around the room again. We've got major, 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 major. We've got fire. We've got water. We've got a little bit of air here. And we've got our earth. Now, this is what I call a life reading. We're addressing your physical existence, right? We have an ace and we've got a 6 here, right? So in some ways we're simplifying, but we're also building up, right? The ace and the 6, it's a perfect reflection of each other. It is the divine will, and that is being reflected in your life. And this is real success. This is real, the opportunity for success. So I think there's going to be a major achievement in your life, which is going to lead to a new opportunity for even more achievement. Okay. This could be related to health or wealth, fitness or finances. And then with the water energy too, we've got some deep waters here. And this, I think, is addressing your emotional connection with other people. For some of you, it might be a romantic issue that it's going to address. Or I think the full moon energy is bringing certain things to light, bringing you the kind of mental clarity, right, about these different areas of your life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, psychic, creative, right? I think it's shining its light on all of these areas. So right now, the 5 of Swords, this was our first card, and this is our first and only Swords card today at all, except for the extended readings. There is always going to be something that we don't know, right? There's always going to be something in life for all of us. I don't care who you are. I don't care how smart you are. There's always going to be something that you don't know. There's always going to be something that you need to figure out. There's always going to be something for which we would like more clarity, more information. There's always something we would like to understand better, right? And I think that this full moon is giving you this kind of understanding and this clarity. I think for this brief window of time, right, 3 days before, 3 days after, perhaps this week period, you're going to see things with a certain clarity that you've never had before, right? A certain understanding is going to dawn on you, and where this card is really going to flip around. And it's an upright pentagram. Now we're putting spirit back on top. Now we're receiving the download. We're receiving the clarity for all of this stuff. Okay? And now this is what I call a life reading. So we've got earth, air, water, and fire. And it really is up to you where the most clarity is needed. Is it in your business or your health kind of life here, right? Financial, is it something about the home? Is it in your emotional connections? Is it in your love life? Right? Is it in the way that you form deep and intimate bonds with people? It doesn't have to be romantic, right? Could be platonic, could be family, could be friends. It could be even like relationships at work, coworkers and stuff. And then we've got the fire energy too. So this is kind of the idea of our impulses, our desires, even our passions, our will, our creativity. What is it that we feel kind of compelled to do? And how can we get a better clarity on what that means, right? Because especially the Three of Wands, it's your character, it's your integrity. This is you having an impulse and knowing if it's something that is going to lead to manifestation, lead to behavior, or if it's something that needs to be kind of analyzed and processed and recycled, right? And we see the connection here with that Emperor energy, who knows how to regulate this. The Emperor has the integrity, or should have the integrity, to not let every impulse reach the level of manifestation. So we need to have the clarity about that as well. And also clarity now about the major arcana energy. And it really is this high priestess. This is the full moon in the environment. This is literally things happening in the external world that will give you more insight into these internal states, right? These internal kind of areas of focus. So it really is a strong time for synchronicity. You probably already are experiencing an increase in psychic activity and the corresponding external activity, the synchronicities. Okay? And I think that's going to really reach its zenith on Monday during the full moon, which again is in Gemini, right? Very important, very major activation for you. It's also really a way for you to make the conscious choice to step into your destiny. I think that's the underlying clarity that's going to help you in all of these areas: physical, mentally, emotional, spiritual, creative, psychic, is understanding what your purpose is, what this divine mission is. And I think the High Priestess, the full moon, is revealing that to you. And we're going to now have this this opportunity to step boldly into that. Okay. I don't even know where to start. Let's just start at the beginning, the Two of Cups. So for some of you, this is going to be a one-on-one romantic relationship. But generally, this is any kind of close, kind of intimate relationship, right? And this is the way that, you feel something in your heart when you're in the presence of that other. This is a one-on-one thing. And this is kind of showing the interconnectedness of all of that, because there are these two cups, but they're being fed from the same source. They're being filled from the same fountain, the same ace of cups, right? And so this is experiencing a real connection, a real union with someone or something. Could be an idea, right? It could be with yourself and your purpose and your destiny, but I feel like it's two separate consciousnesses, two drops of water in this infinite ocean that we exist in. And this, I think, is a new way for you to experience someone. Now, it could be your significant other. It could be a friend. It could be totally platonic. It's almost like your third eye, is resonating with their third eye. It's a real connection. It goes beyond just emotion, you know. It's the real connection, the deeper connection between people. Life forms, I guess, right? I guess it could be a plant, a pet or something. Speaking of pets, now our TT is scratching at the studio door. I leave the studio door wide open, which is probably why you can hear noises from the house and stuff, but she likes to come and scratch at the door anyway. I think she's just kind of announcing that she's coming in, you know. But pets are a great way to experience this Two of Cups thing too, because again, it doesn't have to be romantic, right? It's not always talking about, you know, a love relationship or a romantic relationship. But this is those moments where you could just be looking at someone, a family member, a child even. And it's almost as if you can feel the spirit that's within them. You can perceive the consciousness that's within them, right? And it's really connecting with those third eyes. Or it's maybe connecting with the heart too, if we can look at it as more watery than than fire perhaps. But it's the deeper bonds, the deeper connections that you're going to be making. And so I think this full moon is really illuminating this for you, allowing you to see how you actually are connected with the loved ones in your lives. It's a new appreciation, or it's a clarity. It's a clarity about those connections, okay? And for some of you, it is definitely romantic, right? There's definitely that aspect to the Two of Cups here. The Three of Wands in the back is kind of giving you clarity on the right or wrong of what you're considering doing generally in life, maybe with that romantic relationship, maybe with any relationship, maybe just as part of your life in general, right? It's illuminating your character and your integrity. And I think integrity is making the same choices when we're alone that we make when everybody's watching, right? And to make a kind of a character-driven decision or a decision based on your principles. You know, you require the congruence, the harmony between your heart and your mind, your values and your beliefs, right? And this card is all about that. It's saying we have this impulse, we have this fiery prompting from within to do something or make a decision or say something or whatever. And before it just comes right out of our mouth, or before it becomes a behavior, it has to stop by and check with the heart and mind. You know, it has to kind of check in with your values and your beliefs, and then it can become action, or this energy can be recycled by the Emperor, and we can start again with something else. You know, so I think this full moon is really allowing you to see the right or wrong of your choices, of your impulses. Now, when I say right and wrong, I'm not talking absolutes, good and evil. It's a relative right or wrong. Right? What's right for you may be wrong for somebody else. Right? What is going to be good for you is going to be, wouldn't be good for somebody else in a different position. Right? So it's very relative. I want to make sure that's very clear. Because that is part of this Emperor work, and this is really us being in charge of our own life. Okay? So, that being said, what is this star energy doing down here? This is the sense of illumination, of spiritual insight. Now, this is a full moon activation, and we know that a moon is reflecting the light of the sun anyway, right? So it is reflected starlight, right? And that's what's underlying all of this. It's not the moon itself that is coming up with these ideas, right? This is coming from spirit, coming from your spirit, your soul, God, goddess, deity, universal mind, universal energy, ancestors, guardian angels, spirit guides, whatever you want to call it. It's being reflected through the moon. It's being reflected in that form of consciousness, in that kind of energetic communication that is not above rational thought, but kind of behind it. It's kind of the underlying energy, feeling, the intuition, right? It's not a direct revelation. It's not going to be a billboard that you're going to see on the freeway that's going to tell you where your next exit is. It's more subtle than that, right? So this full moon is also, though, through the subtle, through the intuition, through the synchronicities, revealing to you an opportunity to really step into this destiny, to take all of this clarity and step into your power, step into your role as emperor, right, of your own life. And this is an important step. This has to be done by choice. And this is the path forward, right? This is what is right in front of you. This is really what's being illumined. And in order to go through this, it's going to require us to shed a lot of unnecessary stuff, right? It's a fire here, right? And that fire is going to burn off anything that's not essential to your nature. Your essential sense of right and wrong, your essential love, your essential connection, and your essential destiny, that spiritual force that is within you, right? And even when we talk about the earth energy, the Six of Pentacles here, this is the success of your physical life. This is a restoration of health. This is a financial situation that is whole, that is restored, that is balanced and harmonious, right? Things are good. Things are good here. But going through this doorway, we have to be willing to let go of what is not absolutely essential, even in our physical lives, even in our kind of financial success, right? It could be a reorientation of expectations. It could be a reconfiguration of what our goals and desires are, right? Can we, or I should rephrase that, what do we have to let go of in order to maintain this balance and this harmony and the beauty of this situation? Right? Now, if we're talking about something health-related, well, the doctor might tell you, well, you got to give up sugar. You got to quit, having so much ice cream or something. My doctor says that to me. For cholesterol or whatever, I don't know. But it's the idea that we have to make those decisions that may seem difficult. It may be kind of, maybe a difficult doorway to go through. But we're doing it for a definite purpose, and that is to maintain this kind of success that we are achieving, right? The Six of Pentacles is wonderful success, material success, health and wealth. So I think there is going to be some illumination of your finances that maybe you can see how the budget needs to be reorganized, that sort of thing. Some clarity into the business. You might be able to see not what is preventing success, but what might be threatening the stability of the success that you're achieving. Okay? So in order to maintain this, we need clarity. We need a shift in our behavior and a shift in our thinking in order to make sure that we don't fall from this height, right? We don't fall from this grace here. Now we're going to transition over to the path of the serpent. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. All right. And leave some comments for me. I really do love hearing from everybody. Okay. I appreciate you. So we've got that emperor energy, and this is you taking control of your life. This is you knowing what your own moral compass is telling you. This is you having a sense of destiny. This is you being willing to step into the future and doing the difficult work that is going to take you into the future. To reach escape velocity, you've got to have a lot of thrust, a lot of force, and you have to really be able to withstand the friction of the atmosphere as we're kind of, blasting off. This is taking control of your relationships. right? This is you striving for those kinds of relationships that are meaningful, right? It's about quality here. And just like up here with the Six of Pentacles, it's about quality. In the Three of Wands, it's about the quality, right? The quality of our choices, the quality of our relationships, the quality of our achievements. And it's all based on this sense of destiny, of doing what is in your soul, doing what you perceive spirit to be communicating to you through this lunar energy, right? And the Emperor is that energy, that being, that authority. You'll have to excuse my voice today. I've been talking a lot today. This has the will and the discipline to make the difficult choices, right? Knows that what we do right now is for the greater good, right? And you've got a lot of this love, a lot of this success, a lot more opportunities coming your way. We've got to make the difficult decisions now to maximize that, to take advantage of that. And I really feel that this is what the High Priestess, aka this full moon energy, is doing for you. It's allowing you as Emperor to see things for what they really are so that you can make those choices to maximize your life. Right, to live a life that is increasing in value, increasing in richness, not just money, but the spiritual, creative, emotional, intellectual, and the physical, right, richness and value. I think that's the opportunity that we're getting right now, and the Emperor is in charge of that. The Emperor is the one that has to make the ultimate decisions. And there might even be one, for some of you, there's one very important decision that's on the table right now. And I don't know exactly what it is, but it's leading to something new. It's almost like, I don't know if you're thinking about selling the business and starting something else, or if you're going to quit this job to start a new one, or if you're relocating, or if there's some sort of, if you're adding on to a house or something like that. But there's one decision, because the central card here, right in the middle of the table, is that Eon or Judgment card. And very often this card says there is a definite decision that you have to make. And once you make that decision, your life is changing. Okay? This is the portal. And it's up to you whether or not you're choosing to go through this. And I think the full moon is illuminating all of the variables for you. And then you can make that choice. All right? Now, what we don't want is too much of this water. This is the Queen of Cups. This is very distinct from that Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is kind of the one-on-one. I feel you, you feel me. We're separate, but we're connected. And it's that kind of it's that kind of mystical experience with someone, right? The real magical, kind of intimate bond. But the Queen of Cups is almost more collective than that, right? This is a good card, don't get me wrong. There's light and shadow, but I think the reason why we don't want this is because this begins to blur the line between ourselves and other people. Where does my desire, where does my will, where does my moral compass, where does my sense of destiny, where does mine end and theirs begin, right? So we have to be careful with this. We want this sense of like universal love and everything's connected. We're all one, But at the same time, you've got to understand that your life is somewhat separated. There is a border. And there's a reason why we're all in separate vessels, right? We may be the same consciousness underneath all of it. We're each a drop of water in this ocean of consciousness, but there's a reason why the drops are are separated in different vessels right now, So there's a certain caution in this card. Okay, and I think that's also being illumined for you. So I'm beginning to really think that there's Something very big approaching in your life, something that maybe you're aware of now, maybe you're not. With the Five of Swords that we see, it's also telling me that, yeah, you're kind of aware that there's this really big doorway in front of you. And I think you're really looking for clarity to help you make that decision. Okay? I think the full moon is offering you that clarity. What comes at the end of the path of the serpent is that Ace of Pentacles. Now, this could be either way. The tarot's not going to tell you what to do. Okay? Sorry if you were looking for a definite answer, yes or no. We're not going to get that. Because yes, this could be starting new, taking the first step on this other path through this doorway. This card could also be indicating that we're returning to the seed of what started this Six of Pentacles. So rather than moving through this doorway into something brand new, we could try to find the original moment where this began, right? That we can reconnect with the beginning, with the source, with the origin story kind of this Six of Pentacles. Right? Because maybe your heart's just not in it. Maybe you're wanting more. Maybe your moral compass is telling you something different about this. There is a decision for you. And the tarot's not going to make... The tarot can help you see the energies that are involved. And the full moon, the high priestess, can help you to see each of these aspects more clearly. But only you know the details, and only you, as the emperor of your own life. Only you can make these decisions, right? But I think there is one major decision pending for you. For most of you, maybe not all of you, but it's life-changing, okay? It's life-changing. Let's look at the mystery card. Maybe this will shed a little bit of light, provide a little bit of insight into what this might be, or to give you some sort of clue as to what might have the better outcome for you. Okay. Because, you know, the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, maybe this is setting out on a new path. Maybe this is you really starting all over again. But it's worth it because it's under your control. It's your authority. You're the boss now, right? And you've got this sense of this kind of underlying destiny, right? For the mystery card, if you have a feeling of what this is, put your answer down in the comment section. I don't know. I feel like we're either going to get fire, water, air, or earth, right? I don't want to predict, because I think that this is going to be very, I think it's unique to each one of you. I think for some of you, the fire stuff might be a little bit more of the focus. For others, maybe it's going to be this water stuff that we've been talking about. Let's just reveal the card and see what we've got. Okay. Two of Cups. So it is about these connections, more so than I think even the financial stuff, because maybe that's already, say, Six of Pentacles. It's already beautiful. Not really worried about that. What you might be most concerned with is the love, is the connection, is the sense of intimacy, or the bonds, the union, right, with whoever else is involved, or with the sense of purpose or destiny, right? Maybe, again, like I said, maybe your heart's just not in this thing anymore. And we think that we can find that heart by going our own way, by making this big decision and kind of starting over somewhere else. For some of you, this could be talking about that romantic relationship. Yeah. Someone that perhaps we want the clarity, or whether or not we have that connection with them, that deeper connection, right? Maybe sometimes you think you do, but you need some clarity, right? You need some clarity. We could look at this whole thing as that kind of a reading. Maybe you're confused about what your heart is telling you. You're confused about what your intuition, right, or your kind of moral compass is telling you. But then also the situation externally, there's routine, there's rhythm, there's balance. It's a nice life, but you're missing that connection, or you just want to have the illumination to know that it's there, to feel it being there. Otherwise, maybe you got to go in a different direction. You got to go through that. So this can be looked at different ways. Take it how it resonates, please. All right. This full moon is a very important time in your life right now. Yeah. And we're going to do an extended reading. Of course, if you want to stick around, click on the link up in the corner. That will give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Gemini, but for every sign. Okay. You can cross-watch, check your other placements. Maybe check the Aquarius or the Aries readings. They might be helpful to you. I'm here every day, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Chicago time. I hope you'll come back and see me again tomorrow. Okay? I love hanging out with you. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.